Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. I hope you are all doing good. So this part is about basically the scrapping of data from the different websites of the authorities related to natural disaster management or climate change control. So basically the first storm type that I'm going to explore here is basically the wildfires. As you have seen that the New York air quality has dropped to a greater level due to the wildfires from Canadian side. So I was working on that as well. So I am processing all the data from the wildfire department of Canada, and I'm going to paste its link in the description box, and we are going to get the details of fires from there. And obviously I need the data according to my struct storm that I've shown you in my previous part 2 of this ClimateSense series. So go watch the part 2 if you haven't already, and it will contain the 4 to 5 types that we are going to fetch all the relevant data from the website, populate that type, and then dump it into a JSON file. I'm going to show you how the JSON file looks after all this. So let's get started with this part. So here I'm showing you how you can check that we can scrap a certain website or not within ease, because robots.txt file is downloaded if you open a website for scrapping. If scrapping is not supported for it. So I'm showing you here how to test a website for robots.txt file. So here I'm showing you all the imports that I have done for this Python file. You can use URL, lib, request, PS4, beautiful soup as soup. You can rename them, you can import certain modules from them, or you can import a complete framework or a complete library. And why I have imported the SSL, I'm going to show you here. I'm going to run the code with just a simple command in the terminal with python scrapper.py, and it is going to give me this error, the certificate verify failed. So I need to add this import SSL so we can circumvent this error and we will be able to fetch the data from our website. So I am going to uncomment it, and then I am going to show you basically the class storm, which is just like the Swift class I have used in my ClimateSense project. Here kind is just like the type, since type is a reserved keyword in Python, so I am using kind here. After that there is intensity level, area of coverage is expired, latitude and longitude will correspond to basically the location of a certain storm or natural disaster on the map, and it will together form the CLL location 2D, which we are going to basically merge it when we move to our Swift code. After that there is an init function that we have written, and we have initialized all of the variables to a specific value. You can see here the values, and this is our initializer. After that there is a function return page link. Basically this function is going to return the HTML body of our link. So we are going to pass a link, add some headers to it, reading that link, and then pass it to our beautiful soup library, and it is going to pass return us as an object, return output soup. I'm adding here the comment so it will be easier for you to understand this code. And if we are not going to use the headers, you can see that it is going to return us the error 403 forbidden. So we need to add this header so that it knows that the request is from a browser and not from a code. And after that we are going to get the intensity levels according to the area of coverage. So basically area of coverage will be the acres that has destroyed our forests, and we are going to get an intensity level according to that. The lower value will be 1 and higher will be 5. So I have added the code there that if it goes beyond 5, just restrict it to 5, and if it goes below 1, then restrict it to 1. And after that there is a base URL. We are going to use it. This is the URL I'm going to basically scrap, and there are 3 of the objects. And now I'm going to show you why we are basically processing the here the a tag with href true. So here I am going to basically comment all the print statements, so we are going to basically get the relevant print which we want to show on our screens. So here you have seen that I'm showing you why we have fetched certain tags. So basically ahref is basically the tag in which we are going to get the address of a certain fire. So I'm going to also explore this. So you can see that incident 2023 is common amongst these fires data. And then we are going to explore some other ahref. For example, this Board of Forestry and Fire Protection. And as you can see that it does not contain the incidents 2023. So basically that will be a differentiator that is going to get us all the links clickable and which will fetch the further data of the fires, and we are going to dig into that data. So here I'm writing the print statement for ahref. So that ahref is not being printed for some reason, but we are going to we have printed another line that is showing which of the URL we are processing. So it is showing all of the URLs that we have fetched and added to our array of fire URLs. So it is showing me all the URLs. These are just like the URLs I have shown you on the website. So that line is not working, but the other print statement on line number 61 is not working, and it is showing us all the base URLs plus link. So why I have used this if index is less than 20 is basically to restrict the data, so I can view that what is the output of the data. So you can restrict it to any value, or you do not need to use it. I have basically used it during the development. After the development you can easily comment it. So here you can see that I am opening a certain link and it has all the values. Now I am going to show you how I have extracted this 127 acres from this page. So basically I'm going to inspect, and you can see that how I will check it with the page source. So basically this is basically the div class we need to extract. So here I have added it. After that we need to basically get that 127 acres, and we need to fetch another nested div from it. And which of the div we are going to basically hover over to see which of the div we need. So this is the div we need as a nested div, which will contain our value of 127 acres. So we are going to extract it and add it to the code in just a for loop. And after that we are going to pass basically a list tag, which is basically a normal list which is showing 127 acres. So I have fetched it, I've checked if it contains acres, then I've replaced acres with basically an empty space, and after that I've converted it into area and got intensity level from it. So if the area is greater than 500 acres, it is going to map to 5, and otherwise it's just divided by 100. I've shown you the function already. So after that we are going to basically get the information from the lower half of the page. So here I'm extracting it, and you can see that there is a div class factoid label. So I am going to get all the classes with this, all the divs with this class factoid label. So basically we are going to get what? We are going to get two type of information from it. One of it is basically I am going to check if it contains, this is the print statement that is printing the data here. So you can see that we are going to get latitude and longitude from it, and date contained. Date contained means the fire is already stopped, so we can mark it as is expired is equals to true. If we are not able to find it, it will be remain as false, as we have added it inside the initializer. After that we are going to get the latitude and longitude. So I am going to paste here the values of latitude and longitude, so I can show you the code how it's working. So here I have copied the latitude and longitude and pasted it here, and after that you can compare it with the code that how it's working. So you can see that first I am going to find if it contains the latitude string. After that we are going to basically split it with the opening square bracket, and after that we are going to basically get this value if we are going to split with a comma. And in the one part of that lat1 we are going to get the longitude, and we are going to replace the closing bracket with nothing so that we get the value of the longitude. So this is all for the scraping of data of a specific fire. We have appended it into storms objects and then incremented the index. So this is all for this. And after that, what we are going to do is basically dump all of this object by iterating it and converting it into a dictionary and then putting it inside a sample.json file as an output file. And I'm going to show you here how basically the string output looks and how the file looks by opening this file sample.json. So this is how my JSON files look, and you can see that some of the values have is expired is equals to true because that files are already contained. Otherwise, most of them are with the false, and these are causing a big issue in the neighboring countries, as you can see in the news as well. And there is a latitude and longitude associated with it. So you can verify all of these values by going to the actual website and then exploring the values and see that if the values are fetched and set in a proper way. You can compare it with the page. So this is all for the scrapping of data from this website of wildfires. So guys, this is all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed doing web scraping with me using Python. I know Python is a new language for some of you people who are already following my Swift tutorials, but it's pretty much similar to Swift. There are a few changes. You can see all of these changes inside the code, and while writing the code you will be able to observe it. Do not forget to like and share this video with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. In the next part, I'm going to show you here basically how to display all of this data inside our ClimateSense app and how to fetch some further data from this and other websites. So stay tuned, take care of yourself. Thank you for watching.